Hey there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. How are you? It is Wednesday, I believe it's 7:01, and we're gonna do some gilded leafing, find the pot of gold, all that fun stuff, right? So hold on just a second. I'm gonna flip you around and we're gonna get to going. If you're on with me, please comment, say hello. Okay. There's a lot to talk about tonight and a lot to do, which is a good thing, right? So let me get everything set up, ready to go. As always. So, all right, let's see here. We should be good. Who's on with me? Say hello. All right, so we're gonna go through all the new stuff. You thought celebration was over and you thought, oh, I'm free for a little bit. Yeah, I thought so too, but hey, guess what? So here we go. Okay, here's the highlights for March. Team gathering I just finished. So if you are not on my team and want to be on my team or thinking about it, not only do you get 20% off all the time, but you also, it's usually about 3 projects that I do. Hey Iris. It's about 3 projects that I do per month, extra, all that fun stuff. So, all right, so this month I'm at the 29 Palms Farmers Market on Saturday. I'm doing craft class on the 10th in Yucca, on the 19th here in 29. In between there, on the 12th, I'm in Landers for a craft fair. And on the 26th, we're doing the rummage sale. Now, if you intend to do it, the boxes are in. I need you to participate because I literally have like maybe 3 people right now. And this is how it always is, but please. That's all I'm going to say. So, okay. So, secondly, hey Barb, how are you? So, secondly, Waves of the Ocean is now live for those of you that were waiting. So, the stamp set, the dies, the gorgeous paper, the foil paper, and the gems are all ready to go. Okay? Hey Lise, how are you? Paper pumpkin for this month coordinates with the Horizon Suite. But I'll be honest with you, last time I checked, it was not able to be ordered and it's not something I have. So I don't know what that means for you. But there is a bonus stamp set. So the price went up to $23 and change instead of $19.99. You do get taxed on the shipping. You do get taxed. Sorry, there is no shipping. Let me be better about this. So you're going to pay about $25 to have an all-inclusive kit sent to you. And this month you have 2 stamp sets that come with it. Okay, we're getting to the bottom, I promise. This is only available until May 2nd. I just want to let you know. I am going to ask and see if any of it's carrying over, so stay tuned for that. And last but not least, savings are in bloom. Gosh, I hope so, huh? So, with that being said, you get 20% off the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is originally $60. And you're like, 20%, whatever, right? No, that means it's $48. And in California, because we get taxed on shipping, it's more like you save like 22%, 23%, okay? Because that product total is lower, so you're not paying as much shipping, you're not paying as much tax. So it's more like 22, 23. And there's 13 lucky bundles that are also 20% off instead of the normal bundle price of 10% off. So if you're looking at doing anything like that, then now would be a good time. So, and on top of it, if it's $50 or more, guess what? Oh yeah, guess what? Qualifies for club bonus order, or club order bonus, if I could get the words in the right order. So, for those of you that are on with me, question of the day, right? So you're going to answer, oh, if I can find room. Okay. You're going to answer hashtag, oh, my marker is about to go kapooey. Question of the day, and then your response, okay? And then the host code, if you're wanting to order anything, thank you, Lise, for ordering, AVPUTVY3. I don't make up the codes, I promise. So, okay. So, question of the day. Respond with, do you have any traditions for St. Patty's Day? Green beer, corned beef and cabbage, stay home because all the crazies are out, whatever the case may be. Now, some of you know, most of you know, I'm married to a piper, right? So what do? I stay home and take care of the dog because he's got a crazy like 20-hour day. That's what I do. So, you know, any piper that's worth their salt is gone for St. Patty's. So, all right, so for tonight, I'm going to teach you how to create this card quickly, easily, and all that other stuff. So I have already cut all the strips because I didn't think you'd enjoy. Hey, Serene, how are you? Hey, Iris, how are you? So question of the day, do you have any traditions for St. Patty's Day? Green beer, corned beef, cabbage, stay home, you know, all that fun stuff. So, green beer. Yeah, I kind of figured that. So do you go get it or do you make it at home, Lise? So, let's see. So tonight I'm going to show you how to do this herringbone pattern is what I'm going to call that. And I'm going to show you how to make a tulip, your pot of gold, and we'll get to going. So, the words come out of A Wish for Everything, and they're already on my block. So, there you go. I got a stipple brush, which honestly we don't have. So guess what I did? I walked down to Dollar Tree and I got myself a brush. So, and remember, question of the day, here you go. So we're going to do things a little bit different. I have a random name picker. That's an app on my computer. I figured then I could, not waste as much paper. I know, funny, since I sell paper, right? But hey, okay. So I'm going to attempt to put these in rainbow order. So these are pre-cut. These are all cut at 1/2 inch. It doesn't matter how long they are. Why is that? You just need them as long as your card. That's it. So Roy G. Biv, right? So let's see. So next would be orange. Roy. Next would be yellow. Next would be green. I love this green. That's shaded spruce. G. Biv. So blue. Just getting them in order. Blue. Biv. Indigo and violet, right? So we're going to just do this. Okay. And then these two are for my message strip. So here's my question to you. Should we do yellow this time or still the freesia? Okay? So that way you can have some say on how the card goes, right? So, all right. So I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. Oh, and I've got my shaded spruce, of course, right? Okay. So a couple things I've done ahead of time. I have a scrap piece of black that I've got adhesive on both sides. Yellow, yep. So I've got adhesive on both sides. You'll see why in a little bit. I've got another scrap of black so I can punch out my tulip. And then I've got my black that I'm gonna mat and do, okay? I wanna share some secrets with you on how to make this super, super easy, and we'll get going. So this is the card base. This is thick, basic white cardstock rather. This is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored in the middle at 5 1/2, which is halfway. I am grabbing and putting the valley side out. We tuck our mountains in, right? Okay. Lee says yellow, and you're the only one that's commented so far, so there you go. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my black, and with my black, I got to make room. Okay. With my black, my first mat, and you're like, wait, I only see one. No, there's two there, believe it or not. So my first mat is at 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. My second mat, and you're like, I don't see a second one. You will in a second, I will, I promise. My second one is gonna be 3 3/4 by 5. Hey Cheryl, how are you? What are your choices? Yellow or yellow? It was yellow or purple, but now it's yellow or yellow. So there you go, because I already checked the other one. So, alrighty. So now, what I'm gonna do is grab my adhesive sheet, and I'm grabbing my black, and I'm grabbing back my paper trimmer. Hey Cheryl. Alright, so question of the day. I'm raffling off the new rhinestones from the Waves of the Ocean set. And do you have any traditions for St. Patty's Day? Green beer, corned beef, cabbage, stay put, you know, whatever. So, alright, so I'm going to do about 1/8 of an inch less than that second mat. So that was 3 3/4, so I'm just going down 2 clicks from that. Why is that? Because I want it to fit on there and not have to cut. So, and gum up my scissors. So there you go. Okay. So I'm gonna make sure I'm grabbing the smaller one. Yep. Okay. And I'm taking off my adhesive and I'm putting it on here. And you're like, why are you doing that? You'll see in a minute, I promise. So, taking off, trying to not have it stick to everything, because once it starts sticking, guess what? You lose all your adhesive on your fingers, huh? And this is why you cut it a tiny bit smaller, so it all fits. Get that one little booger off. All right, and you're gonna leave this. This is gonna be the front of your card, believe it or not. So before I lose my mat, I'm actually going to glue it on here. I'm almost out of seal. Oh, I got adhesive still. One moment. Okay, so we're gonna stick this on here, hopefully halfway straight. No promises, right? I can put that to the side now. Hey Pam, how are you? Long time no see. So, let me get my punches done so I can be done. Alright, so I'm going to grab and I'm going to punch the flower side, not the leaf. Okay. That is going to become my pot of gold. Well, my pot, not the gold part, right? Now I'm grabbing the 1/2 inch punch. This is retired. Remember, there's adhesive on both sides. If you're more comfortable with the dies, a notebook punch, it's up to you. It really is. Now I have adhesive on both sides because I want the gold to stick. And why else? I need to stick to the project too. So, funny, everybody has traditions except for me. I'm the one married to the piper. So funny. I have a nice quiet evening because he's gone. So, where this kind of flares out is where I'm going to be cutting this off. Now you've got a crown, or I have the base for my pot, but I want to cut that middle part off because last time I looked there were not 3 pegs, 3, I don't know, whatever. So there's my stand. Grabbing my glue dots here. Maybe. Okay. I was like, oh my, it's not gonna work, even though I want it to. So let's see here. And before I get anything else on it, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set this right down on here. And there's my pot. Cool, right? All right, so I've got my 3 guys. That's gonna be last. I'm putting those on top of my jar. And I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm gonna stamp my gold right now. And I'm gonna stamp it with Happy St. Patrick's Day. You could stamp it with whatever you want, but that is the sentiment of choice for tonight. So there you go. Okay, that's shaded spruce if you're wondering. Now I'm gonna grab my scissors and just cut this end equally off. Okay, if you want to do it with a trimmer you can, it's up to you. So there's that. There's that. Now we're gonna get to the fun part. You can't hear me. I don't know, hun. Can everybody else hear me? I don't know. I think everybody else can hear me. Otherwise, I'd probably be having people say, hey, you can't hear me. Yay! So now what I'm doing is I'm getting my thumb under there, hopefully, and I'm peeling off my backing. Thank you, Serene. Appreciate it. Yes. So I don't know, Gina. All right. So Gina, if you come back on and say you can hear, I'll tell you what the question of the day is. Let me know. So I'm just peeling, and I'm doing it a little slowly because I don't want it to booger out. Why is it boogering so bad? Because I haven't really rubbed it and I haven't really put it through a dye or anything. That's why. Okay. So here's the last one. I noticed I didn't get very much over there. So I'm actually going to just run a quick strip. Especially on the edges, you want to make sure you have adhesive. So, all right, so red's going to be my anchor point. So I'm going to grab 2 pieces of red. So this is real red. So I'm grabbing here and I'm going across. Now you want to make sure your edges stick past the edge of your mat. Okay? And then I'm going to do like a T. You only have to do this on one side. So there's one. Okay? Now I'm going to do rainbow order, right? You can hear me now. Good. So question of the day, do you have any traditions for St. Patty's Day? Green beef, corned beef and cabbage, stay at home. So, all right, so try to keep your fingers out of it. I know it's hard because I just got mine in it. So Roy, Here's my yellow. I want to get as close as possible without overlapping. Okay. Here's my green. So I'm trying to keep kind of in rainbow order, right? Here's my green. Okay. Here's my blue. I've cut 4 strips each. The strips are 1/2 inch wide, if you're wondering. You can go thinner, you can go wider, it's up to you. But for me, it's enough so you can tell the color, and it's not so blocky with it being, I mean, if you tend to go wider, then it looks like you've just kind of missed, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, we used to do this. We used to do this with just straight up glue, and honestly, the adhesive sheets make it so much easier. So, okay, you're gonna overlap and you're gonna overlap. You're gonna really push where that is. Okay, so now I'm going up here and I'm gonna do reverse rainbow order, right? So I'm gonna go orange and I'm gonna go yellow. And I don't like the fact that that's straight, so I'm gonna put a little piece there. But first I have to finish this. Otherwise I'll forget what order I'm in. This is why you lay them out, so you don't end up stuck. So there's my, okay. So now I'm gonna do a red here. If I run out of strips, guess what? I have to cut all these edges off. We'll be fine. So there's my orange. I did 4 strips each. 4 strips each. Okay. There's my orange. There's my yellow. If you want it to line up, you can do that, but that wasn't my aim. Okay, there's my yellow. Here's my green. This is a great way to use up your scraps if you have a whole drawer of them, which I do. And here's my blue. Oh my gosh, I couldn't have done that more perfectly. Okay, so the rest of the strips you can do whatever you want with. Okay, so you're like, that looks like a mess, right? Yeah, kind of does, huh? So what we do is we flip this over, okay, and we find a place to start. So for me, I think I'm going to start on this corner, and you just trim as close to the edge as possible. If you have a lot of the cardstock sticking out, you want to make sure when you're done that the little piece that's on the mat hasn't come off. And if so, you want to dig through your pile and find it and stick it back on there. Okay? That's happened many, many times. Like, for instance, in the sample. So anyways. So growing up, I wasn't allowed to wear green because that was for Catholics. I actually wore orange to show that I was Christian. That was the rule in my mom's house. In our house, we wear a shamrock and have a bunch of fun. So, okay. And then we trim off here, trim off here, trim off here. So I always got pinched, Gina, because I never was allowed to wear green. I don't know if you knew that little tidbit. So there you go. Okay. So now you almost have enough to do a whole nother card, right? Almost. It's just a little bit shy, by the way, if you're wondering. Yes, I kind of measured it out. So, all right. We're doing the gilded leafing part on the very, very, very last part because I don't want to make the mess until I have to. So you're going to figure out where this is going to go. Usually I have it wherever everything joins in, because if everything's not perfectly straight, you got something to cover. It's kind of like the sunray thing. When it doesn't come completely perfectly in a circle, you've got a badge to kind of cover it. So that's where I think I'm going to put that. You can make it go whichever way you want, okay? But I think for me, it's going to go like that. And I think I'm going to put the words up there this time instead of up and down. I'm going to go down and up. So there you go. Okay. So I'm going to get these attached so I don't lose them. Because there's possibility, right? And we're about to get into a mess. So not too bad. Had lots worse, but I want to make sure as much of this is cleared off as possible. So there we go. All right, so we're going to put this way up here. Okay. And then we're moving this guy. And we're moving this guy too. And you know what? If you want to, you can put that. You can put this here. It's up to you on what you want to do. Okay. Why did I do that? Because if I want to tuck my gold coins underneath, see how these guys are on top? If I want to tuck them underneath, if it's popped up, I can do that. So you wear green because you're part Irish. I'm part a little bit of everything. I am genuine American everything. So these are my 1/2-inch circles. These are my gold coins. I've got adhesive on both. It's black underneath. All right, so when you open your gilded leafing, do not have to sneeze, breathe heavy. You understand me? And you will understand in a minute. It is very gusty. See how it moves just with my hand? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of it and I'm going to put it in the lid. And I'm going to move the jar off to the side, because honestly that's pretty much all we're going to need. And I'm going to peel one side of this, not both. And we're going to expose that adhesive. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to grab with the brush, just the static we'll grab. And you're going to put here, and you're going to wipe over your lid. Now, if you don't want to use the brush and you prefer your fingers, go for it. It's up to you on what you use or don't use. Like this piece, I think I'm going to tear off. Okay? But know that whatever's on your fingers usually kind of sticks. So, and these are fun because they're so small. So we're gonna grab here, and I'm just trying to get a little bit to cover that piece. Gotta have patience, and like I said, make sure you don't have to sneeze, because disaster central. Okay, so I'm peeling off my extras, seeing if there's any other stickies. That one looks pretty good. 2. And then after I'm done with this, I peel up this whole thing and just toss it. Otherwise, it's in my curtains, on my floor, you name it. We will put the lid on and we'll put, you know, that kind of thing. But I'm just saying, this stuff gets everywhere. It's almost worse than the glitter that we used to have, the microfine glitter. We sell this, hun. Believe it or not. It's called gilded leafing. We don't sell the brush. That we can pick up at the dollar store, because there's so many different ways to do this. Why isn't that sticking? I want that to stick right there. But we do still sell the gilded leafing. We also sell the heat and stick powder. That's going to go underneath because evidently I probably took the adhesive off unknowingly. So we also sell the heat and stick powder, but honestly I've had better luck with the tear and tape, the adhesive sheets. You can do the liquid glue, but then you run the risk of getting your brush into the liquid glue and then it becomes a huge pile. So I wouldn't suggest that. So that's cool. That covered the whole thing. So now I can just kind of peel and rub. So like I said, you got to have some patience with this. You got to do this first or last and just know that whatever it touches, you're probably going to throw away. Because it's just, glue dots do work. So, but just know that when you start this, there's no fan on. There's no... So, all right. Now I'm going to do this and close that up so I can be done with it. And then I'm going to try to pounce out some of that gold. And then you're going to laugh at me because this is how I'm going to clean this up for right now. Quickly. I am grabbing my lint roller and I am just going to do a quick mop up, shall we say. Okay. That's another way. Okay. So, okay. So yes, we sell the gilded leafing. This is what it comes in. And honestly, I could probably do 30 classes with this and I would still have a jar of it. It lasts for a long time unless you're not careful. And I have it all over my thumb and like I told you, right? So now I'm going to peel off the back of the adhesive and we're going to stick these on. And then it'll be all set and done. So there's my one. There's my second one. Maybe. Trying to just get the backing off and not peel the gold, right? Come on. So much fun. There we go. You just got to find the spot, as it were. So there's my second one. Ooh, took a little bit off of there. You can always add some glue, a glue dot, and fix that, but... And then here's my third. So, all right, where's my card base? Okay, so here's the cheat. Because I do not know how you would get this pattern onto the mat without doing tons of measuring and tons of, you know. So you do the same color as the other mat. And then guess what? You can't even see it, right? And you've got it all perfect. Looks like you've done it on purpose. So, I think I like my coins popping out, but that is okay. So, all right. So, let's see. Has everybody put in for question of the day? I'm going to pull up another app and hopefully this works. Hopefully. All right. So let's see here. I've got an app that's a random name picker. Literally. Ay. So much fun. So, all right. So Serena, we've got. So basically I put your name in and then I say choose and it chooses. So it's cool, right? And I figured it'd be quicker than me trying to write everything out and draw and all that. So we got Lise, Barb, and Iris. Barbara, Iris. I know, crazy things we can do with apps nowadays, right? And I guess you could put some gems and stuff too, but Iris, I finished with Pam, Cheryl, Gina. I can do about 3 before I forget. Pam, Cheryl, M, Gina. Why do I say Cheryl M? Because I have like 4 Cheryls. So, did you cut the adhesive or do they come round? No, it comes on a sheet and I peeled it off. So, and then I punched it. So basically I got a scrap piece of black. Let's see if I can find it in my trash bucket. That wasn't hard. I got a scrap piece of black and I put adhesive sheet and adhesive sheet and then I punched them out. And then peeled. Okay? So, okay. So I think we're all set. So, drum roll. Drum roll. Pick a random name, please. Serena! Yay! So, Serene, don't tell Pez, won the gems for today. So thank you so much for playing. I will figure out how to get those to you. Yay! And we will get going, huh? So good luck trying to keep track of all the promotions. If you have Gina, must have been when I couldn't hear you. I don't know. So anyways, that is what I have for you tonight. Follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. And if you have any questions on any of the promotions, please let me know, because there's a lot going on, as always, in a good way. So thanks again, and Serene, I will get these to you. Have a great night and talk soon. Bye-bye.